All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to KA Sports Boxing. Tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day in boxing for the heavyweights and also for UK, the United Kingdom. So we decided to talk about this particular fight, see how it's going to go, some of the things that they should be doing, what they should not be doing, the hype that has gone on to this fight, the historical aspect of it. But I'm not going to do this alone, of course. We are KA Sports. So I have Kofi on it with me. How's up?
Hi guys, welcome to our channel. It's Kofi Basic Junior here. I'm doing this one with Boxing Dog.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's me. So, guys, it's an exciting day for boxing tomorrow.
Right.
Depending on which part of the aisle you are, which part of the continent,
Mm-hmm.
and then what you think the sport is now. It may be exciting, may not be. Me in particular, I gotta get this out there. Kofi, tomorrow is my birthday, so either way, I'm going to be excited.
Oh man, happy birthday to you! Oh man,
Thank you,
happy
thank you,
birthday,
thank you.
happy birthday, man! Hopefully, I don't know who you want to win, but I hope it's not the guy that everybody wants. For me, I really want. I'm okay. We haven't got to
You,
meet
you are, you are getting ahead of it, but it's good. I like what you are
right.
doing with it. It's going to be for a good discussion.
Yeah,
But Kofi, this is historical. They're
yeah.
saying it is historical.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why are they saying that? I'm curious. Why are they saying this
I
is
mean, for
historical?
British boxing, like it's been a very long time. Usually, if you look at the heavyweight division now, the the guys dominating the heavyweight division, most of them are in the UK, and
Mm-hmm,
they don't really like to fight each other,
mm-hmm,
or let's say they've been dodging each other for quite some time now,
mm-hmm.
So I think the history behind it is the fact that they are getting like an all British heavyweight fight at the Wembley Stadium.
And and is this the first? Today I saw they had been saying it that it has been sold out.
Yeah.
Is it really the first time it has been sold out for a boxing event there? Do you know?
No, the record that they are making for this fight, 96,000, because
Mm-hmm.
it's the first time the first time it's going to be filled to that capacity.
I see.
If you get what I mean. So usually they don't feel it. They don't. If you've
I
been
think
following
they
the build up to this
increased.
fight,
Did
they
they
increased it.
increase it?
Yeah, they
Got it.
increased. They wrote it. They wrote to the facilitators that they would like to increase the number. Because bear in mind that when they sold the ticket, it was sold out for the first time they went online to sell,
Mm-hmm.
and then once it was sold out, they provided like Turkey approached the Wembley that they would like to increase the number because a lot of people want to come to the fight. So I think they were not sure if it was going to be accepted or not. So you know how these laws and things work. You cannot fill a capacity to a certain number. But I think they were able to bypass it, and then they got it the number, or they got it to 96,000 as we know now. So that's the reason why I also like associating the history to it.
And guy, before we move on, guys, if you are catching us at any point before we go into our predictions, give
Mm-hmm.
us your reasons of who you think is going to win. Of course, the
Right.
person that you think is going to win.
Yeah.
Jot it down. I'll be taking
Yeah.
some polls.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kofi, the
Yeah.
person who is rolling this is the same man, Turkey, and then he did something that I'm hoping that it will actually help the sport by. So already they are sold out there, so that's a
Yeah.
good thing. But he
Mm-hmm.
also reduced the pay per
The pay
view
you. Yeah.
to 19.99 pounds and
Yes.
then dollars.
Yeah.
Certainly a good thing. Have
Yeah.
you heard anything about the pay per view sale so far?
No, for that I think we only get to know about it after the show is over. Usually the sales come out after the event is off.
Okay, I definitely will buy tomorrow. $20.
Yeah, definitely. I also will buy in my stream.
You got to be part of history, right?
What?
Have your ticket or whatever receipt there to be part of history. So
Right.
definitely.
Right, definitely. And I think the guys have worked, especially for Dubois. Dubois, he's really worked up so hard to get his name to where he is now, and to get a fight against one of the biggest names in boxing at the moment.
Which brings me to the next point. But
Mm.
before I ask about the next point, we got to thank Turkey for making this happen. He's still
Right.
making the big fights.
Yeah, he has. I mean, Turkey came into boxing and he's really delivered on what he said. He said he's going to give boxing fans what they want, and I
Mhm.
think fight on fight or event on event, the ones in Dubai, the one in America, the one in the UK, we just have to give him his flowers. I think he's done like a fantastic job in giving boxing fans what we want. Of course, some of the fights that we want to see haven't happened yet, but based on what he's done so far, I think we need to give him the credit, a lot of credit for what he's done.
All right. Now let's talk about the hype coming in, going to this fight.
Right.
There's a lot of tension between Dubois and,
Mm-hmm.
and Joshua. I have two questions. What you think about that, and I'm also give my opinion.
I,
Do
I,
you
I mean,
think?
uh-huh.
Do you think all the aggressiveness between the two of them was just to sell the show? And also, do you think it has worked? It's made people interested in the fight, or we boxing fans knew it was just for the show?
For me, I felt like the point where Anthony felt disrespected by Dubois was a turning point of selling the fight. I mean, when the fight was announced, everybody was following it, of
Do you
course.
think Joshua was really felt disrespected, or was part
Yeah,
of the show?
I felt he felt disrespected. I really
Okay.
felt he felt disrespected. I mean, the way you know, if you watch Anthony Joshua's fight demeanor going into fight nights, he's
Mm-hmm.
always calm. He's always calm, always like sort of. I would say sort of because like after the fight, we always see him blast out of laughter. And if it doesn't go his way, you see also like the emotions also after the fight, like we did in the Dubai with the fight against Usyk in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
No, UAE. What I'm trying to say is that he's usually focused, and during his focus period or the time that he's zooming in into the fight night, if you say anything that's makes him feel like you are looking down on him, it
Mm-hmm.
pisses him off. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you look at if you can go check this for yourself. Most of his interviews, he
Mm-hmm.
usually gives a lot of respect and credit to his fighters in a very respectful manner. He doesn't really like use some words that will make other people or his opponents, for that matter, like disrespected. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what Dubois said, he understands that it's boxing that definitely we're going to get to the fight night. But the way Dubois went on to say, like, I'm ready, like, let's go. I felt like he felt like I'm like a superstar. He was just coming into the game, like and if you look at Joshua, he's fought like a lot of big names, but
Mm-hmm.
yet the other fighters that are not like, or the other fighters he faced that he was a bigger star than them, he never made them feel like awkward, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
So the way he put it, the way Daniel put it, I think he felt a little bit disrespected by it, and I felt like he really was genuinely like disrespected, and that was a turning point for the selling the fight. And if you ask me if it has worked, I would say yes, because if you go check the way the reactions were going, I mean, after that particular incident, I mean, everybody had their opinion to say. Some were saying that yes, but what was Anthony Joshua, thinking? It's boxing. So usually, one of the common phrases you hear people say is let's go, baby." You understand? But the way Dubai, it felt like Dubai was rushing things, and it wasn't like on a level to, or it feels like Dubai can beat him. Let me put it that way. So it felt like, hey, yo, man, like chill, like on my level, yeah. But yeah, I think it really it has worked. It has got people who don't like boxing interested, like guys I know who weren't like really like into boxing when they saw the video, like, oh, now I want to see the fight. I want to see what's gonna happen. So I think strategy wise, I think it has worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, talk about opinions. I got an opinion right here. Let's get his opinion real quick. He's in the car, so we'll pardon him. Coach,
Hey,
Yo,
how's it
welcome.
going?
yeah.
Welcome.
What's up? What's up? What's up, fellas?
Yeah, good man. How you doing?
All right. How about y'all, man?
We're good,
Good,
man.
good, good.
Yeah.
Coach, a quick question before we go into the nitty gritty of things. Do you think they have sold this fight based on all the antics that has been going on.
Yeah, man. 97,000 shows that they've you know, man, they UK, man, they don't, I don't know why they don't do that in America, or, you know, a big market like America. 97,000 people, man. Hey, it don't even matter if what the people say, what critics say. They got 97,000 people showing up for a boxing match, man. You know what I'm saying? So is a hey, man, if it wasn't for this Turkey guy, boxing would be in trouble, man. So they did a good job, man. They making the fights, man. If it was, I think it wasn't for Turkey Alex Sheik, the Saudi guy, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn wouldn't even probably even do this much work together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You're right. He's definitely brought a few big promoters together, like it should be making these big fights. Unfortunately, it didn't end up very well for Top Ranks with Gerard Anderson.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He,
so you win some, you lose some. So you think Turkey has done it? Now, is it the fact that everybody wants to be a part of history? That's why they are buying it, and the UK love boxing, or they sold the fight? That's really with the antics. Did they sell it with that? That's what I really want to know.
oh, I mean, I think it sold itself, man. I think because Dubois, man, track record of late is better than Joshua's, man. Joshua been taking easy fights, man. Like, I think they've been trying to build his confidence back, man. In my opinion, Joshua's I always like Joshua, I always like Joshua, but for him to take on Hellenius, Jermaine Franklin, uh Otto Wallen, which is okay, I guess. And then Ngannou, like, what was that? Like, him mentioning Ngannou, what does that even mean? Like, really, I don't care what happened with Fury. Hey, listen, Gano's not a boxer, man. Let's just be real. So, like, I mean, I think he's in trouble, man. Like, on paper, all right, yeah, you didn't want to get into all that, but yeah, just as far as the fight itself, it sold itself, man. I mean, Dubois, they used to be labeled as a quitter, man, but look at him, man. That might have been something else, it might have been some outside. Like you said, he had some outside issues, but the guy is ready, man.
All right. Before we move on, somebody asked about the time. And my man Joe, the fight is tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's going to be around 11 p.m. UK time, and around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern time. So 11:12 UK time on Saturday, and then 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. So I hope I answered your question.
And
All
I
right.
think it's going to be like the same way. I think for the guys in Ghana, you have to speak about my friends in Ghana. What's this, man? For us in Ghana, we should catch it at 12 o'clock. Payne, you should be there.
12 p.m. Eastern or a.m.
PM. 12
p.m.
noon.
12 noon.
Midnight, sorry. Midnight.
12 midnight. So Sunday,
Yeah.
12 midnight
Yeah.
GMT.
Yeah, GMT.
GMT.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, we have seen both fighters fight recently, both
Mm-hmm.
Joshua and Dubois. Like Kojo, you said that Dubois people were thinking he was a quitter. He has kind
Mm-hmm.
of redeemed himself.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys also have histories. When I say histories, I'm talking about experience.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua, he's an Olympian, right?
Yes.
And then has tasted some of the biggest punches in the division.
Yeah.
Compared to Dubois,
Mm-hmm.
we are not getting to predictions yet.
Yeah.
But compared to Dubois, experience wise, who do you think takes it? And do you think it will play a role in this particular fight? Kofi, you can go first.
Um,
Yes.
if you really listen to what Kojo was saying after like the lose, after he lost against Alexander Usyk, the
Mhm.
fighters that they've given to him, yeah, it's very questionable. Like it's his last, I think, 3 fights, like very
Mhm.
questionable. Hellenius, Francis Ngannou, Otu Walen.
Mhm.
These names are not like. Of course, we can all say like Otu Walen gave a very like. Among these 3 fighters, Otu Walen will be like the I would say like the best amongst them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and then you look at the fighters that Daniel Dubois has fought, like his last three opponents. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's fought like very good fighters. You know, he's fought like Hegovic, who everybody thought was supposed to be the WBA, the IBF like a world champion. You know, he went in there and made it like he did a very easy job. He made that guy look so stupid that day. To excuse my words, but he really like fought like did well. He fought Kevin Lerena, a very good fighter from South Africa as well. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, the only name that would be like a little bit of a question would be like the Miller, right? The Miller in the mix, but Miller could have also been the Andy Ruiz because we never got to see the fight against how do you say it, Anthony Joshua. So maybe at that time, maybe he would have secured that win, if you get what I mean. But we never got to see the fight. So if you look at it on paper, then we will say Dubois has really fought like very good names. And I really agree with Kojo on what he said. That if it is on paper, according to the fighters, yeah, because Ngannou is just, I think it's just enjoying the freedom or the money that the heavyweight division comes with, if you get what I mean. It's not like a complete boxer. You get what? So on that side, I would say Dubois on that side, like no question about it.
So you think
But
you think
if you look at the accolades and the things that both fighters have done in the game or in the business, you can't take it away from AJ. Like being an Olympian, you know, and being
former world champion, man?
a two-time heavyweight
Yeah.
champion, you know, and then he's also like how do you say, a former like unified heavyweight champion. You know, he's had opportunities to fight like very big fighters before he started losing. So I'm choosing my words correctly. Before he started losing, the fighters that he fought like were very good names. But if you look at if you take those names away from him in the last 5 fights, I think Dubois. But if you want to do it an overall version, I'll say AJ based on what he's achieved over the period of time.
So it sounds like you were distinguishing between quantity and quality, if I got it right. But
No, I was
it,
trying to paint the picture that, for instance, as we sit here, if I
Mhm.
take the last five, it's just like going for a job interview and I ask you, okay, what was your last working experience? I'm sure you tell me like based on what you did in your last 2 or 3, jobs. You get me? If you can't tell me that, okay, when I was in Ghana, whilst maybe I'm working, for example, in the US, yeah, that work experience is irrelevant because it's a different market now. You get what I mean? But
I
I'll
get
still
what you mean.
respect the fact that
So
you are a great that you've been a manager before. Yeah.
in recent times, it's kind of
Yes.
the
Yes. And
matchup is.
that's why I really agree on what Kojo is saying because
All
the
right, Kojo,
last
give
three
me your full.
opponents really say a lot.
What's your full take on the quality and I guess quantity and experience these two boxers have had?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kobe, man, pretty much hit the nail on it, man. It's like looking back at Joshua's career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like he didn't fight Wilder when he was supposed to fight him. Who knows whose fault with that was? But like, who was his biggest win? Like, was it Klitschko? I mean, the guy.
You make your point. You make your point.
Yeah, I mean, the guy. Now Dubois, no, like he went at he fought Miller. Miller was out, right? Miller was like a drug cheat and everything, but Miller's a big dude, like, and he's like, he's hard to just like stop. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a big, massive guy, man. Like 300, 400, some 500 pounds. I don't know how much he weighed, but uh, yeah, and then even he said who he said the
So
Herkovich.
somebody Negro thinks that Hegovic hasn't fought anybody. He's not that quality.
Hey, hey, well, I tell you what, nobody wanted to fight him. Like, he was a mandatory for like some years. The guy was a hard fight, man, and he broke Hergovich, man. Hergovich top 5. I mean, man, this guy Hergovich, man, was a boogeyman. They say, man, but that even still, man, when you look at Dubois, man, he took a knee against what's his name, the Juggernaut, man, but.
Uh,
I,
uh,
Jo-
uh, Joyce,
Joyce.
Joyce, Joyce.
Joe Joyce, yeah, Joe Joyce, that wasn't a good look, but hey, you know, fighters, heavyweights, man, is difficult, man, because those shots, man, the different. That's why heavyweight's so different, man. Those shots could end at any point. It could end you. Any one of those shots, like any one of those shots will end you, man. So it's like it's not the same as who do you fight? It's like a game of dice, man. You know, when you go into heavyweight and they're good. If they're good, one guy could just get caught and it's over. Like look at what happened to Lennox Lewis when he got caught with by Hasim Rahman. You know what I'm saying? So and Lennox Lewis is way better than Hasim Rahman. You know, so as far as opponent wise, I can't really dig into Joshua opponents too much because he's been the most consistent heavyweight out of all of them. Like he's consistently, but he's very selective about his fights, which you got to do that as a manager. You know, you can't just put your guy in with all killers. You know what I'm saying? So, uh,
But
it's it's interesting, man. But I just want to answer the question. Of course, Joshua got a better resume. But as of late, like Kofi was saying, Dubois has just he's actually primed for right now. He's ready right now. Like that the mistake in like my last point is the mistake in picking those easy fights, man, is like when you get tested the next day, are you want to be ready for some, I mean, you don't want to be taking like 3 killer fights, but you want to be taking at least one very difficult fight in between to prime yourself because Joshua is gonna be in for a rude awakening. That's all I'm going, that's what I think.
I mean, let me just add this thing real quick. You know, usually as boxing fans, we really
mhm,
jump into conclusions based on what we see. But fights are really won in the sparring gym. You know,
mhm.
when you go for to the gyms and you see these fighters work, you get to understand their IQ and then the way they really do their thing. Let me. I'm saying this to the fact that yes, AJ has a better resume, like
Mhm.
he does has a better resume. Like we can't take it away from him, especially even because of the fact that he's been like a 3 times like a unified heavyweight champion. It's not easy for you to win the IBF, the WBO, and also like have the WBA title with you at one point in your career. So for that respect, we do. I think we all agree that we gave it to him. But if you look at the way the hungry guys were coming and when they were ready to
Kofi,
fight these
just
big
a quick
names.
quick one. Yeah, I'll let you finish, guys. We're gonna add you to the conversation because we want it to be interactive. As soon as Kofi finishes, we'll bring you on. Kofi, go ahead. So.
Yeah, but when fighters are coming up like up and coming and very hungry, right? You feel like you are on top of the food chain, then give them the opportunity for them to fight you, and that's when we are going to see how good you are. You know, we saw that with when Oscar De La Hoya was fighting or when he was on top. He never shied away from the fact that Mayweather was nobody. He wanted to fight with him. We saw with Muhammad Ali when the fighters were coming up. He was confident. Okay, you want to beat me? Let's jump into the ring. But the problem today is that when the big guys are become the big boys, they want to choose and pick. Of course, he also started from we all like the Mr. Money kind of thing, and that's what has like made boxing what it is now. So you can't really blame them. But when Joe Joyce was coming and he was really ready, and then he was primed to fight Anthony Joshua, they didn't make the fight happen. You get it? That
Mhm.
fight 3 years ago would have been absolute like fantastic. Maybe much bigger and a better fighter than now. But what happened? He never got to get the fight. He never got the fight. A year or two after, we got like the Chinese coming in, and then he came to show the Chinese power, like rubbishing his name away. What I'm trying to say is that there are some peak seasons and times where if fighters are able to fight themselves around that time, man, like maybe some people will not be on top of the chain for a very long time. But we are in a season where we don't get to fight. The best don't get to fight the best. The best
Mhm.
gets there and starts fighting who he wants to fight. And based on that, we it's very difficult to say that, oh, this guy is on top of the food chain, or this guy. But we used to see that like with Van der Holyfields, you know, we used to see that like if you take old footage and you're watching, you go like, who's this guy? I don't know him. But yeah, he gave like some of your favorite fighters like a very tough fight.
Mm.
Today, we don't get to see it, and so that's why it's become very difficult for us to really properly rate our heavyweights or our fighters of today. I tell you, Joe Joyce versus Anthony Joshua 2 years ago, or a Wilder versus Anthony Joshua like 4 or 5 years ago when they were both at their prime. Now Wilder just chasing the money. If you put him in the ring, he will just come and turn around and go back, fall down, take his 500, 500, 600, 80,000 million or whatever, and then he's gone. We won't get to see that vibe. So I understand when we're saying that, or maybe you coming from a different perspective, don't understand. But if you're going to take the resume of these up and coming fighters, Hergovich, Kevin Lerena, Joe Joyce, the Chinese Bang, if you want to run the way even Joe, Joseph Parker and all those guys, man, if Joshua had stepped up to them when like they were really up and coming, I think it would have been a different story.
Let's get our viewers in on this opinions. Mm-hmm. They say everybody has one. Some people agree, disagree. Mm-hmm. Fabulous Negro disagrees, and he gives mm-hmm. his reasons. Is he? Just Box Fury.
I mean, let me ask you. Let's leave this on the screen. He said that Fury or Ngannou made how do you say it? Ngannou made Fury look mm-hmm. easy. What comment do you have to make about it? Personally.
So I am with him. You know why? Mm-hmm. You know why? When you compare the Fury fight and the Joshua fight, there was a big difference. There was a big difference. It's not because Francis is good or anything, and I don't know what he means. Our Negro this name Negro means by biggest heavyweight look easy, but I think it's just I don't think he's the biggest heavyweight right now or anything like that. But I think the difference was that there was Joshua was more of a boxer than Fury. So and we saw the difference. So I don't think that Francis is any good like a boxer or anything like that. That's why he was able to knock down Fury. I think that.
I also want to get Kujo's take on this comments that has been made.
Okay. You done?
No, you can't give Francis credit for the Fury fight like that. We all like what happened, but come on, Francis really didn't fight. Come on.
Hey, yeah, man. If you watch boxing for at least 10 years, you know Fury didn't even train for that fight, man. You should know that. Like. Fury did not even take him serious, and Francis got he got the hardest punch, recorded on paper, but if he connect, it's gonna be a problem. But when you talk about boxing, you talking about 3 minutes, plus Joshua is a heavy hitter, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be easy. It's like matchups, it'll be easier for Joshua just to stop him, you know what I mean? But Fury is like, he jokes too much. He's in there playing, making faces, making gestures, wasting rounds, wasting time. When you go on it, if you a killer like Joshua, this is why I give credit to Joshua. He got popped. He'll get him out of there sooner than Fury is a jokester. You know what I'm saying? He's known as a
jokester. That's what he did, right?
Yeah, he just joked. He didn't train and he joked. And then he got he got caught slipping. That's basically what that was.
For me, that fight that just made everybody who lost boxing, like it will just let you know, because there's a clear difference between Fury fighting a proper fighter and Fury fighting like an MMA fighter. He actually took him as an MMA fighter, and the preparations going into the fight, he didn't feel like he should have gone out, say maybe do the full camp like he was supposed to do to go fight him yet. I mean, even with Usyk, you could see that something was missing. He was playing him and not giving him the full respect. From where I sit, I feel like some things will change when we see the rematch. Yes, it's very possible that Usyk will win again, but we'll see a very different version of him being locked in, like how he was locked in when he was going to take on Wilder, like for the very first time. It was like a different kind of instincts and preparations. But for Anthony Joshua, like I said, if you heard me from the beginning, you realize that anybody that they put in front of Anthony Joshua, he never speaks negative about them. He always goes into fight very focused and very ready to fight. And so that's why when he goes into the fight and it doesn't go his way, like the way we saw him with Usyk in the rematch, you really see him like very vexed, like very because it was like, how are you winning when I work more harder more than you? If you listen to the interview, that's what he said. He said like I work the hardest, and so how are you able to still beat me? He couldn't believe it, but he was beaten because that's the guy. He feels like he works so hard and he's done so much, and based on that, he should be given the win. But boxing don't work like that. What I'm trying to say is that it depends on the way we see it. But the truth is that he didn't really take the fight against Francis very serious. And that's not to say that I'm downplaying Francis. I'm only just speaking to the fact that if you've watched boxing like for a very long time, even for fighters coming to fight like for exhibition fights, they know the difference. Mayweather will not jump into the fight, going to fight a quote unquote a non-boxer, expecting to fight very seriously and do it like fight like the way he was going to fight like Trinidad, for example. It's going to be changed. It's not going to be the same, man.
We have some interesting comments, and hey guys, thanks for joining so we'll weave them in. Kofi, you were making a point, and I think this comment was to that about why the big fights were not being made. And could it be that as a manager, managers don't want to accept all the fight for your boxer because of one reason or the other? I mean, there are different factors that goes into accepting fights, right? The boxer may even like it, the promoter may like it because of the money. But if you know your boxer is going to be beaten, some fights you don't take. So maybe that's why some of the big fights have not been made. It's not all about the money. So although Turkey has come in and putting in the money, making the big fight, could it be like some people also care about the loss? Or I guess the loss ends at the money, because if you lose, then you don't get bigger money. So at the end of the day, it's still about the money. Or is that a good assertion?
Yeah, it's about the money, but boxing will suffer when they let the managers. That's why you need a guy like him for him to like get everybody in agreement and then make the fights. He said if your guy wants to be considered somebody serious, he got to fight. If you leave it to the hands of the managers, we will miss fights like we missed Joshua Wilder. These managers will destroy boxing, man. Like if you leave it in their hands, So it's like they if you let it be the way it be, you gonna see what we get. But if you let a guy like him come in, he's gonna be able to put propositions like, "Hey, this is what I want, and this is where the money, is. If you want this money, come get it." And that's what's happening right now. That's the only reason why we seeing what we
To
seeing.
to, to 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 add to what Kojo is saying, right? There was a
I feel
time where,
by the way.
yeah, there was a time where like the guy who was at number one had to beat everybody to get to number one and fight the world champion, and he becomes the world champion, a legitimate one, and he knows that he became the world champion, beating everybody on his way to the top. Now we don't get to find it, we don't get to see it. You understand? So that's why sometimes I give credit to Dana White. He's created I would say like a league where the best fights the best on his league. You get what I mean? The only way you don't want it, the only way you will not be able to give it to fight the best is, for instance, maybe you get injured or something, but you can't be at the top and then you say you don't want to fight. Then he will let you go. And that is why I'm excited we have somebody in Turkey who's coming into the business for us to get what we want to see, so that we will not be 80, 90 years and go like, shit, man, that other and Anthony Joshua really did not happen. Those guys were like, what will I tell my child? That in 2017 and 2016, these are the two best fighters in the world, but we never got to see them fight.
Go ahead. So somebody has a comment, and I think it's a great comment. We are looking at it as when we were talking about the Francis Fury fight and Francis in Ghana and Joshua fight.
Yeah,
fighters make different fighters make the fight, right? So could it be that it was just two different fighters, and therefore it was a difference, and not that Fury was joking around? But that's a mute point. There's one here that I thought he continues with that in terms of what they go in with, also the approach and the right game plan also makes the fight. So maybe it's not the fact that it was the opponents, but I think everybody agrees if you are, and I think.
Doc, wait. If you are having if you are performing a surgery,
Mhm,
eh, on a patient who is, excuse me, like who is really sick,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
And your seriousness will be different. And if you are going to give a seminar on a, and then you take like a mascot, or you take like a I would say like a to the place to demonstrate how you do the operation. It's two different things. I'm trying to say this thing to let you guys, like, to let you know that the preparations that a, a, a fighter will go into a fight to go fight somebody who is a boxer prepared for himself, just like he knows, it will not be the same. It will not be the same. I think we see, nobody leaves his house going to work and go give like 80% of his work, unless there's like some chaos or disaster or a problem in the middle. You understand? But if you go to your work, you want to deliver to the best of your ability. But if they call you to go and give a talk somewhere, and then to go show somebody how the job is done, the approach is not the same. Of course, you're going to get prepared, but it's not going to be like doing the work. It's like talking about the work. It's two different things, man. I don't know, man.
we, we're going to move on to our next segment. But lastly, do you think the fact that Francis went the distance with Fury got AJ to be serious?
I think so. That's how I think.
So then aren't you kind of contradicting yourself? Because Francis Ngannou didn't become a boxer with several experience after fighting Fury. He was still the UFC Francis
The
Ngannou.
reason
So
why I'm saying I think so is that because then he has a reference to look at. It doesn't make him like a special fighter. It's just like if he looks at it like, oh, maybe I need to take this one more seriously. But it doesn't mean like, why don't we bring Joe Jones to come and fight any of our heavyweight fighters and see whether we'll get the same results. He will beat all of them, no matter how prepared you are. It's not a sport. You don't understand how it works.
All right,
I
guys,
mean,
we
that's
got
how I
to
feel. I
move
don't know
on.
how Kojo feel, but that's where I feel, man. Honestly.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
We got to move on to the next segment. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. We'll just read this, but we are not going to go into it. Fans are coming from different perspectives. All depends on the boxer and his team. Okay, I mean, several factors go into it, guys. So I want us to analyze the strengths and weaknesses of these both fighters. And honestly, who is the A side and who is the B side here? This thing always comes up for several reasons in boxing. Is the A side AJ or is the A side Dubois? Dubois has the title, so this is the time of knowledge here. It's a quiz actually. I know by the posters we have an idea because posters sometimes they do that. But who is should actually be the A side? Who should actually be the B side? Did they get it right? Kofi, you first.
Oh, I have spoken a lot. I think Kojo
Coach,
should take this
let's
one.
go.
Yeah.
Who is the A side? Or who is the A side based on what we have seen? And is that the right one and why?
yeah. I mean, everything is the way it is, man. It's right. Joshua is more accomplished. Joshua is more accomplished, man. Here's the thing, man. When you want to measure them two, Dubois has a better jab, in my opinion. It's more powerful jab, but that's that, and he got. I think he has more. I think. Ah, man, that AJ has all the technicalities. He's Ben Davidson has got him in very good status right now, man. He's a think. He thinks. I think he overthinks. That's what's gonna be his downfall. I think he overthinks in the ring. I think with a guy like Dubois, I think he's more hungry, in my opinion. But as far as technique and like down to the like nut and bolts of it, I think AJ has way more skills in his armor. You know what I'm saying? But
So Coach Joe, let
oh
me
no,
put it out there for our what you said. Dubois is hungry. He's got a better jab.
yeah,
Um, what else did I miss in terms of his strengths coming in
Dubois.
here?
Dubois, he has. I think he has more killer instinct. I mean, he's more of a. I think he's more aggressive, man. Way
Okay,
more aggressive than AJ. AJ, I don't think he has that in him, man. Like, if he did, he would have been more aggressive versus Usyk. And I think he started to show that because he started realizing, like, man, I'm big. I'm what the hell? Like, but still, I think it's something with his psyche is off, bro, because Usyk damaged that boy, man. Like, that guy. I mean, Usyk is a very difficult guy to deal with. He stopped Dubois, you know what I'm saying? But then again, Dubois might have got him with a body shot. He might be he should be. Some say but was it a low blow? I don't know. But the thing is, I think Dubois just has he's more of a killer. He has more of a killer instinct than AJ, in my opinion, and he has a
okay,
better jab. Yeah, his jab is better, man. I think.
okay. So we started with the B side essentially with Dubois. Kofi, what do you think are the strengths of Dubois? Anything to add to what Coach Joe said?
I think he also has power. That's what I'll add to it. He
Yeah,
has like a very good power.
yeah,
And that's why they call him the dynamite.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, but you guys really think that um, with all his strength, the power, his jabs, his hunger, his killer instincts,
yeah.
how come until recently we didn't see much of that?
Well, and he's younger and he's growing. That's why I think he's growing.
Mature
And
has
yeah,
matured into the sport.
yeah. But you know what? I just thought of something, man. Because he was getting hit with some. Hergovich was crack. I don't know if you want to get into that, but I know Hergovich was touching him, and if he gets hit like that with Joshua, bro, he's gonna be sleep, man. You know, he's gonna have some problems. So I think they know that. You know, I think they know
Mhm.
that. But yeah, if
But
he's improving, man. He's younger, and that's why it's different, man. Because AJ is like we don't really know if he's coming back or if he's like if because you know when you take a note that's it's telling when you picking soft fights, man. It's telling you haven't had one. I think this will be his toughest fight since Usyk. So if that's the case, he's had like 4 fights, bro. Like it's telling, man. I'm telling you, Eddie Hearn, they're not gonna put their guy in there if they don't. Man, they were weary about something, and now it's time to like, okay, now I gotta make my push. So let's go fight Dubois. But bro, I think yeah,
I think
So
one thing that I also forgot to add was, and then to also add to what Kojo was saying is that Dubois has a very solid chin. So
yeah,
if you look at his fight against, let me take you back to the number of times he's felt or he went to the canvas and he's come back to win fights. Our own Ghanaian knocked him down twice. He woke up or he rose up and then he came to win the fight. The fight against this our heavyweight, I forgot, Harrison.
Harrison,
Yeah, if you go watch the fight, Harrison knocked him down. He woke up and then he knocked him out. Now he just mentioned the Hergovich fight. Hergovich was touching him numerous number of times. A lot of people go like, "Oh, this is like a punch that he should go down," but he stayed true to the fight and he knocked him out. Kevin Arena knocked him down, I think 2 or 3 times. Yeah, it was a back and forth. So he knocked him down twice. He also knocked him down twice. I think in that particular fight we had 6 knockdowns, and eventually his last knockout was the one that won the fight. And now let's talk about the strength of Arturo Joshua's chin. The times that his chin has been touched, many times he doesn't last or he doesn't win the fight. So when Andy Ruiz touched his chin, it was questionable, and that was even after he has been able to secure a knockdown. I mean, everybody will go like, "Oh, if you watch that particular fight, the commentator was like, AJ is a strong finisher. We all know how he does it. He's going to finish this fight." And guess what? He was surprised. Just just the fat man against chin, and he was done. he couldn't recover. The same way in the fight against Usyk, if you look at how the fight ended the first round, his chin got touched a couple of times, and he was not able to like find a rhythm or find his feet until the fight ended. So if we all know boxing, we know it's a one punch business, where the one with the strongest punch, if he's able to launch it properly, can end the night. But over time, we've also seen that those with the strongest chin are those that last in the heavyweight division. So my submission would be that if AJ's chin will be as fragile as the kind of chin he had when he was fighting Anthony Joshua, it would be a very big problem when the Juggernaut, DDD, lands one of his killer like power punch on his chin.
So we jumped already into one of the weaknesses of AJ, his chin. Let's talk about his strengths, though. We haven't spoken about AJ's strength. Obviously, we all agree that he has more experience fighting elite fighters. I mean, there's some advantage to that. He learned from it, right? So he got that over Dubois. AJ also got power, unless anybody disagrees.
I agree.
AJ got power. And any other strength you think he got as a heavyweight, besides his experience and power?
Yeah, he got some of the best footwork as a heavyweight. He's very good for it. But I think, man, yeah, the guy he's good, man. I'm not taking nothing away from him. It's just that his psyche, man, like his mind, does he really think he's gonna because what's gonna happen if he wins this fight? Does he think he's gonna beat Usyk or stuff like that? Those type of things in his mind, even in the tough situation, we gotta see, man. That's what we waiting to see. But he has everything, bro. He just, he made, like I said, I think Dubois has a better jab. But
And I think
yeah,
AJ got a reach advantage in this one. But it sounds like
Reach advantage, height advantage. He has the
everything,
broader right
right?
hand.
I just but I think his mind is is it
It's
confidence
what's
based?
going to do him in.
Yeah, I think his
But
confidence is gonna. I don't. He
and
comes off
I
as
also
like.
think he has like the right man by his side at the moment. I mean, after the lose and then you reconnecting with Davidson, I mean, he's been fantastic and brilliant after.
Oh yeah, I mean Davidson is good,
Yeah.
but hey, we'll see how good he is because on paper, man, the guy is top tier, man. But
Yeah.
I think, man, I think when Dubois turns it into a different kind of fight, let's see,
Mhm.
because that's what I'm waiting to see. I think
For
Dubois is
me,
not gonna. Yeah.
I really like the way AJ sets up his uppercuts. If he's able to secure some of his uppercuts against Dubois, I think we would have like a very early night because Dubois is easy to eat. I think that's the weakness that I never said. Like it's very easy to punch. Um, yeah, you don't have to try so hard to want to locate Dubois. His head is always in the air. So, yeah, I mean his defense is not good. That's what I'm trying to say. His head is always in the air. Like if not that, like some of these knockdowns that he went down, some of those knockdowns he shouldn't have gone down.
And
But
definitely, we are
because his head is
we are
already like
we are,
available, like it's like punch me and my head is there, punch me already. So
we are going to talk about what you guys think should be the strategies for both of them. But I wanted to summarize what we have said so far. Then we go to what you think Dubois should do, what you think Joshua should do, and then at the same time how each of them should counter these advantages. So far we think that Dubois got the youthness, the athleticism, the aggressiveness, the jabs. He's got a stronger chin than it sounds like than Joshua, but Joshua got the experience. He got the power. And then for a heavyweight, Kojo, he say he has some good footwork. What we think may do these guys in is that Joshua's mentality it's not there. It sounds like he's always worried about something, which may be a disadvantage. But Kojo is also saying that Dubois needs to work on his defense. He cannot have his head up there at all times. You may get away from other people, but maybe not a heavy puncher like Joshua. Now, Kojo, I'll go to you first. What do you think Joshua should do going into this fight, and how should um, 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 Dubois counter those things?
Yeah, man, Joshua has to, you know, start earlier, and he has to be touching them early, man, and really like landing some heavy shots early, because that will show us, you know how aggressive he's gonna be. But he can't, because he can hit if he's because that's what Dubois, he gets hit. So if you can hit him early, and you can like really start to break him down early, it'll be an advantage, man. But Dubois is gonna have to like turn it into a scrap, man. Not necessarily trade punches, but he's gonna have to be equally as aggressive. Or I think he's gonna have to start off earlier and be aggressive, because it's just about timing and who gets there first. And I think, but Dubois definitely needs to watch out, because early on the guy takes punches and it may not be a good look. If he takes punches early, it's not gonna be a good look. But he has to turn things and make him very uncomfortable, because Joshua likes to keep his distance, and he likes to. He's big, but he don't fight big. He's like he's trying to like be some kind of chess player. You know what I'm saying? But he's actually should just be very determined and like just I don't know, man. Lennox Lewis did it the best, man. Where Lennox Lewis, he didn't really mess around, and you respected him, But Joshua on the other end likes to use too much movement, and he makes it, he draws it out a little longer, man. So yeah, it's up to Dubois to really just not give a damn, you know what I'm saying, and just go in there and like, you know, and just be more aggressive earlier. That's my answer.
But before I go to Kofi, this is where I see a little bit of a tussle or hustle in the ring. So we are saying that Joshua got a reach, but then Dubois got a better jab. How do those come together? That means that Dubois may not be able to touch Joshua if Joshua keeps that hand up. So
No, I think
definitely,
because
mhm. Go ahead.
no, I think Dubois. I think it may be quicker. He may shoot it quicker. I think he's and it's harder too, bro. If you watch some of his fights, bro, Joshua is like, maybe he's using it as like measurement. Dubois has more emphasis on his jab, and I think Dubois is that's what the difference is. I think you'll be able to see it earlier, man. Like if he uses it, it's more powerful. It has more impact. Now Joshua, comes with, after he shoots the jab, he's thinking about his setup shots, what he gonna come with next, stuff like that. But which is great. But like I said, when you're talking about reach and all that, I think Dubois definitely has on that jab. I think it's gonna be more effective. Yeah, it's gonna be more effective.
Kofi, what do you think Joshua should do, and or what should Dubois do, and how should they counter it?
I mean, right from round one,
Mm-hmm.
he needs to like establish his superstardom. The respect that he had wanted Dubois to give him at the interview. He needs to
Mm-hmm.
he needs to set it right from when the bell goes from round one, because if he makes Dubois comfortable from round one, he would
Mm-hmm.
feel like then he has the opportunity, because he's already rubbed it in your face. You felt disrespected, and so whether we like it or not, sometimes the ego comes to play. If he makes him feel comfortable with like from round one, and maybe he leaves his head in the chin like he always does, or he's done like over a period of time, and maybe he takes those punches and he assumes, oh, this is the power of AJ, then I can do like what I feel like doing, then it will be a problem. So if he really establishes dominance from the beginning and maybe knock him out in the early rounds, then he would have made a statement. That is what that would be like what I would have told him if I was to be in his corner. And to counter that, what if I were in the corner of DDD?
Mm-hmm.
I would be expecting Joshua to establish that from the beginning, and so because of that, I would also like defend myself properly. and that will be like the turnaround for all boxing fans watching to go like, I said I'm not a quitter. What happened? I really feel like I knocked the Usyk out, and the referee didn't give it to me, because he still stands by that. He still believes that. So if he's able to, like I'll go wiggle through the uncomfortability like with ease, that will make the fight a fight. I'm really hoping they make this fight a fight, because it's a very long time. Like everybody has to go back to go watch like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, if you get what I mean. I feel like these two people can give us something. I think this will be it, because they are very good, they are very strong, they can punch. They can. The only person who cannot take a punch will be like AJ. But I mean, DDD can take a punch. So I would want AJ to come into this fight and like set up his boundaries right from the beginning. And I would want to see how DDD will wiggle through it, and then if he's able to wiggle through it, then I'm going to expect him to knock AJ out. And if he's not able to wiggle through it, if properly like from round one, then we all know what's going to happen. Then it's going to be like AJ win.
I think I agree with both of you. What you are both saying is that both of them should try, or at least in their mind, they're going to want to. AJ is going to try to establish his dominance, and Dubois has to counter that by also being aggressive. Now, guys, so Kojo said they both have to come aggressive. Kofi, you're essentially saying the same. If that's the case, our $20 may end the night early, cause and if
but to be honest, that's what the heavyweight boxing is about. I'm not coming to sit here to go what Bam Rodriguez going to fight like how do you say it, Chocolatito. Those guys are small fighters. So if it goes to the distance, it makes sense. Even them, the monster has made it very easy for us to enjoy boxing by knocking them out. Why do you think we always want to see Gervonta Tank Davis? As much as we want to see him fight, and he gives us something to talk about. Maybe round 9, round 10, knock the person out, and then let's go like you see.
But I want to see
boxing judges are messing up. You are the best. If boxing judges are messing up boxing, I was saying this, that boxing judges have messed up boxing. So to really establish the fact that you really won the fight, knock the person out, knock him out, like make the boxer or not secure some consistent knockdowns where everybody goes like, oh, he really won. But I don't want to watch I want to watch something close to what Fury and Wilder gave us, like a war.
Yeah, Kofi, but you just said that one of them exposes their head too much. If it goes like that, it's not going to last long. No, and I want to see.
He's done that over the period of times, and he's won all those fights. So he's a warrior. I mean, like he comes to fight.
So you're saying he may be knocked down, but he's going to get up.
Yeah. Like I would like to see that. I don't want to see which example can I use? I don't want to see like a boring fight. Heavyweight division is not meant for like
travel the distance.
You're not like Mayweather. I don't want to come and see showdown. I want to see knockouts, man. I want to see blood. I want to see the sweat. I want to see like the slow-mo pictures with your sweat all over the place. You get what I mean?
All right, guys, we've been doing this for a while. We're going to go to now our viewers. Please throw down your what do you call it, prediction before we come up with ours. But it sounds like from what we are all saying, we are expecting a brawl right from the beginning. But AJ, I feel like has been, besides the Ngannou fight, has been a little bit more patient in his recent fights. But so if I look at some of his other recent fights, he may not go crazy like we are expecting. But then again, the opponent is different and he has felt disrespected. So with what Kofi is saying, he may go in angry and want to make a point. So that patience I have seen that I'm expecting may not happen. So he may not take that calculated risk. And if he's confident, he feels like he's the better boxer with the experience, he may go in all out, and we may see that blood Kofi is looking for. Now, this here is an opinion, is based on feelings because the fight hasn't happened yet.
No.
I'm going. Well, let's go to predictions. Again, predictions is just for fun. We are not betting on it, but based on all that we have said, we still have our opinion. There is two things. There is the one that you want to win, and that the one that you think based on boxing should win. Once again, I'm going from left to right. Kofi, you're on my left. Who do you think is going to win this fight? And I want you to be specific so that if there is any post-fight stuff, we can hold you accountable.
Okay. So for me, I'm going for Daniel Dubois upset.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going for Daniel Dubois upset. I think I'll call it for round 8. Around 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bold. That's bold. All right, so he's calling it. Look at Kojo running away. All right, I'll bring you back on when he comes. So you are calling it round 8 for Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think no, but before I go into it, we have like a prediction, like from Prince Samuel.
Okay. Someone disagrees with you and thinks that it will go past round 5 and it will be in AJ's favor.
Right.
Why do you think AJ? I mean, why do you think Daniel Dubois?
I think
summarize it.
Yeah, because I want to see. I like upset. I like upsets, and Dubois have shown over the period of time that he can take a punch and he can punch. And usually that's what the heavyweight division like is about. So if you have a very good chin, you like you stand a very high chance of staying in the fight for a very long time. It's just a matter of time that maybe your chin gives you up and then maybe you will not be able to stand it. I don't see AJ being able to take a very good Daniel Dubois punch and still be in the game. So that's why I'm leaning towards like the upset, because I don't think if AJ's chin is touched like the way Dubois has been able to touch other fighters' chin, I think AJ will not survive it. So that's why I'm going for the upset.
Now there is one. So technically, all the advantages and the disadvantages that we spoke of, it's not about wanting to see an upset. But you think that Daniel Dubois, his skill set, will be able to do the upset?
Yes, that's it. Okay. I think he will do it. He will get a job done.
Okay, cool.
It's not like I think or I feel. I think he's going to get a job done.
Kojo, what do you think and why? Who do you think is winning this?
Man, I'm going Dubois, but based off of definitely based off of recent activity. I don't like what I've seen out of AJ as far as who he's been fighting.
Wow.
I think that matters, man. Like I mean he hasn't fought. I can see if he I know these guys are occupied, but he didn't fight Big Bang Jang. He didn't fight who we got out there. Did he fight Bacoli? He didn't fight Bacoli, he didn't fight he went and fought Jermaine Franklin, Hellenius, Otto Wallen, and Ngannou, man. And like
why you say like that, man?
Ngannou is not a boxer, man. Like it's like you can see it in that fight. Like he didn't even like AJ was feinting him and he was messing him up. Like boxers, when you feint them, they know like, this dude Ngannou he was out of place, bro. And that's what happens when you in there with a person that's taking you serious. You know what I'm saying? And boxing isn't a joke. And like I said, he just not like if he had fought some guy, some tough match, and I just think to wrap it up, man, I think Dubois is definitely outmatched as far as skill. Now, if Dubois, if Joshua, if extends the fight and he gets in his rhythm, Dubois is in trouble, bro. But if Dubois can just start touching Joshua earlier, Joshua don't like getting hit, bro. He don't like getting hit, and he has his equilibrium. He's still worried about that from the Ruiz fight. He keeps his distance, and yeah, I think if Joshua, so I want Dubois to win. I think I may even change my pick, honestly, bro, because no, I mean not right now. I'm saying, hey, right now I got Dubois because I got confidence in his recent resume. But with these guys, man, it's boxing is so like it's so up and down seesaw, man. Like Dubois could come out and just start getting hit, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, these guys, man, you can't even bet on these guys no more, bro.
You still gotta pick. You still gotta pick, and I need a round 2.
Round 2. Hey,
what round? I need it.
Oh, Dubois. Yeah. Now I got Dubois. I got
late or mid.
No. I'm gonna pick Dubois. Like I'm gonna pick Dubois in the 10th round because I think that kind of goes against what I'm saying because if it goes longer, it should be in Joshua's favor. But hey, I think we in for something that
that's never happened.
We in for something that no one really predicted. It's one of those fights. I think it's one of those fights that we think we know what we're talking about, but we really don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And and it's gonna be like some wild stuff. But I think Dubois isn't gonna lay down. He's gonna come back. Joshua days are behind him, bro. His best days are behind him. That's
and then to be honest, somebody also put a comment in there right now that they're trying to destroy the reputation of Daniel Dubois and that to make them feel like they're not working hard. Guy, man, if you look at what the guy has overcome, to be the boxer that he is now, he deserves a lot of credit. And I think all those things will fuel him and let him get into the ring and to deliver. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, mate. Like we just said, maybe we are just stuck in our mind. But if you really want me to assess this fight based on what we have seen in the last 4 fights of both fighters, I'm not saying this based on the fact that this is going to fight. No, based on what they have done for us over the period of time. And the boys is coming to the fight with like some serious form, fire. Like he's walked through some tough opponents that AJ has not walked through at the moment. I'm not saying he's not walked through them before. You get it. At the moment, the people who are dangerous at the moment are the guys that he's walked through them. And so yeah, I mean, I'm going to go. I won't change my pick.
Don't change.
It's still round 8. Round 8 knockout. Daniel Dubois, and that's how I feel.
There's a reason why I'm between both of you. Obviously, I'm different. I feel like now Kojo said something that kind of, or you both said something.
The only reason why AJ will win is if he goes to 12 rounds. Let me just put it out there. If he goes to 12 rounds, they'll give it to him because the fight is being made for. He's on the A side. He just said A side thing. If he goes to 12 rounds, then the A-siders have to take it home because they put it happen. You get it.
Well, so, yeah. let me give what I think and why. Well, I think obviously just to be opposite, but I really do believe that AJ is going to win. He's going to win based on his experience, his athleticism, his power, his reach, everything. I think AJ is going to win. I think that, I mean, there were 2 fights that we believe, or most people believe, that Dubois quit for. And I feel like this may be the 3rd one. I think that Dubois is not ready to be in AJ's what do you call it, level, because the experience AJ has from Olympics to 2 division world championship, That's a bit above the head of Dubois. And I'm looking at it holistically from everything. So I think AJ gets it, and I think he's going to do it at either round 8 or 9. So it makes it more exciting to watch it tomorrow, considering the two of you are against are going against me
I
and going.
mean, when he was going to fight Andy Ruiz, he was an Olympian and a unified heavyweight champion, right? And at that time, Andy Ruiz has not even won like a even intercontinental title. This guy
Mhm.
is walking into the fight as the defending champion. He's done a lot of work to have that title around his waist, and
Mhm.
the former unified is trying to get a title that the current man is. I don't see him wanting to leave that belt like anytime
It
soon.
seems like
And
most of our
if you understand how big boxing is in the UK, and where they all understand that if you become the biggest star, you will get the most money because then you're able to command the market, like what AJ is commanding now. After everything that Dubois and his dad has gone through, I think he's really looking to be able to secure that bag after this fight. And because if he beats him, I tell you, he's going to get a lot of endorsement deals.
well, it seems like majority of our viewers agree with me against you guys. That makes me feel better. Um, um, we're going to wrap up, but Bon Scott is unfortunate. It shouldn't even be like that in the public space. But that is UK. I hear some of these things all the time in terms of who they pick. Even they've gone against AJ himself before. They was talking about he wasn't English and all this stuff. So unfortunately, it comes with the sport and the hype when things like this happen. So maybe AJ has more fans, and therefore that's why in the public space. But I hope it all tones down and it ends after tomorrow night, guys. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have any last words before we close up. 2 minutes, 1 minute each, and I'll take a minute, and then we'll be out of here. Kofi, any last words?
Yes, I think it will be a very exciting fight. I mean, for me, I'm looking forward to a very good fight, a very good night of boxing, and for us around the world, especially for African fighters, because that's where my reference is coming from. I mean, it's a very good opportunity for us to see how boxing is done. You know, if you're a boxer yourself, look at the way the fighters carry like themselves into the ring. Look at the way the media treats them. Look at the way they respond to the treatment that the media is giving them, and then you can take one or two clues from it. So that I mean, when you're also going to step into the ring, like you're able to like, if not like deliver like as same as it is, but live at least like live up to the expectations. And then because for us in Ghana as reference, I mean, we don't really like to play in the media space, and it becomes very difficult for us to or for promoters to sell fights. And but these guys out there, they understand that people are coming there to watch them, and so they make themselves available to the media for the media to carry them to the audience because they understand how that like the business works. So for me, these are some of the things or the things I look out for when fights like this are happening. It's a learning process for me and I hope like the fighters also in Africa like or in Ghana and wherever like you find yourself like take experience for it. And of course I also expect a very good fight, and I also expect Daniel Dubois to work again with his IBF title like wrapped around his waist.
You are fired. You took more than a minute, Kojo. Let's go. 1 minute. Your overall thoughts.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I sound like I knew what I was talking about, but like I said, boxing is what is like you can say all this, you can say what you think, and then the opposite is gonna happen, man. So hey, Joshua probably gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Because he's probably gonna win, but hey, because you know when you really write it down, like Dubois is nice, you know what I'm saying? But
You want
man,
Dubois to win, but you know Joshua is going to win.
yeah, Joshua's probably gonna win, man. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, it is what it is, man. That's what boxing is. And long as the fight's fun, you know what I'm saying, to watch, it's all that matters, man. I don't really care if my prediction is right or not. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey, yeah. So that's it,
it's
man.
all fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it was fun having you. Hopefully, we get to talk after the fight. I
Yeah.
hope it covers the
For
distance.
me, I'm even hoping maybe we can have a watch party if it's possible. If you guys are all going to be available, we can just have a watch party and stream it at the same time when the fight is
Talk,
happening. And
talk,
I mean,
talk while it's happening, right?
just throw opinions about, and then when the knockout happen like the way I want it to be, I mean, I can really tease you, you know, like
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Kojo, we are all buying it. So it's $20. We got to support Turkey, man. So
Hey,
we
Oh
are
yeah,
all
yeah,
buying
yeah,
it.
yeah, man.
The
Hey,
boys
it's the,
win. If the boys win, you're gonna pay me my $20. If Joshua wins, I'm gonna send you your $20. I'm telling you.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's how serious I am with this fight. I think the boys is gonna win this fight. Seriously.
All right, guys. It was nice doing this. See you tomorrow.
all right, man.
All
Peace.
right.
Peace.